The weather outside is frightful, but hockey is so delightful. It is Michigan hockey game day here in Yost Ice Arena. My name is Joshua Tenzer. I am joined here by Zach Linder as the University of Michigan Wolverines, 7th in the nation, take on the number 6 team in the nation, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Despite being 7th in the nation, the University of Michigan Wolverines are 6th in the Big Ten in standings, whereas Penn State is tied for 2nd. So, Zach, what do the Wolverines got to do tonight in order to make sure that they take home the win in this all-important first game of this pivotal series?
To me, the biggest thing that I think the Wolverines have struggled with too often this year is controlling the puck and being able to play offense. It feels like in a lot of their losses, they're basically on defense all game, and even when they're able to briefly gain control of the puck, they then lose it before they're ever able to sustain an attack. I think puck control is the biggest single factor because whichever team controls the puck more is going to get more shots off, and that likely will be the difference between winning and losing the game.
Couldn't have said it better myself. 2 weekends ago, last time the University of Michigan Wolverines were at Yost Ice Arena, they allowed 50 shots on goal from Ohio State, and last week in Minnesota, it was much of the same, getting outshot and outchanced. Luckily, the University of Michigan Wolverines were able to come away with a victory in one of those 2 games, took both games to overtime against a very strong Minnesota team, ranked 2nd in the nation at the time. University Wolverines have a little bit of bad injury luck, so there'll be some changes in the lineup, you'll notice. There's still that top line of Rucker McGroarty, Adam Fantilli, and Gavin Brindley, but it's the second line of Eric Ciccolini moving up into the second line right wing slot. TJ Hughes and Dylan Duke, they'll be the ones taking the face-off. TJ Hughes going up against Lampa of Penn State's first line, and Hughes wins that battle for the Wolverines. Seamus Casey gliding with the puck in the left-hand side of the defensive zone. Giveaway in the neutral zone. Michigan manages to get it right back. TJ Hughes sends the puck around the net behind Liam Suer, Penn State's goaltender. After a short battle behind Suer, Penn State manages to clear all the way back to Michigan's defensive zone, but Seamus Casey maintains control, glides from right wing to left wing, pass to the left to Hughes. Hughes wraps around the net, can't get a shot off, tries to get a pass to the slot, but no one's there. Intercepted by Penn State. It's an odd man rush for Penn State. Berger, shot. That goes high. Flings around the end boards. Penn State keeps the puck in the zone. Zhinev, shot, saved by Portillo. Lets up the rebound, and shot goes high over the net. Eric Portillo has had a lot of trouble with rebound control these past couple games. It's been one of his weaknesses throughout the years. Luke Hughes, star defender for the Wolverines, dumps the puck in and will head to the bench. Dump and chase action. Huge hit along the corner boards by Brindley. Wolverines maintain possession of the puck. Bounces up in the air off a couple shoulders. Still loose, taken by Wolverines, and an errant pass goes underneath one of the Michigan attackers' sticks. Taken away by Linden for Penn State and sent all the way into the corner boards on the near side for McEachern. Michigan on the left side, skating to the right, trying to score on the right side of radio, rather. Penn State trying to score on radio left. Penn State stretch pass to Wall into the zone. McEachern, long shot, just off the toe of Portillo. He had to really stretch to block out some of that empty space on the net. McEachern keeping the puck into the corner boards, checked by Luca Fantilli, the elder of the 2 Fantilli brothers, despite them both being freshmen. Luca is 2 years older. Seeing eye shot, looking for a deflection out in front by Penn State. That's Serigno with the deflection bounced off his shaft and out of play into the netting. There will be a face-off in Michigan's defensive zone.
Yeah, and I think the blueprint we've seen from these first 2 minutes is what we've seen from Michigan all too often throughout the year, which will not win them games. Penn State has 3 shots on goal. Michigan has none. The puck has spent most of the time on our left side where Eric Portillo is defending the Michigan goal. That's just not a winning formula for the Wolverines.
It's managed to work for them every once in a while. We'll see if it does tonight. That shot by Penn State after winning the draw is real high into the netting. The shot came from Chase McLean, 7th round draft pick of the Nashville Predators.
So
Part of that 4th line. Yeah, go ahead.
I think at this point, Michigan needs to desperately get the puck out of their own zone, but then keep it on the other side instead of letting Penn State get more shots off. You saw right there, attempted shot. Went high, but still an attempted shot for Penn State.
Penn State wins the draw. Shot blocked by Estapa. He was tripped after the face-off, and his body down on the ice was still able to manage to block the shot. Michigan gains control in the corner boards, sent back around behind their own net for Edwards. Edwards passes to the left wing for Halem. Back to Edwards. Edwards moves the puck along forward. Shot by Penn State, almost a deflection and in. Just went wide off the stick of Schoen. He was right in front of Portillo and the top of the crease. Michigan clears the zone but doesn't maintain control. Penn State dumps back in. Portillo goes behind his net, settles the puck for Edwards. Edwards passes to the near wing for Casey. Granowitz at the sideboards, trying to move the puck along. Paquette keeps it in for Penn State. Seamus Casey maintains control. Philip Lapointe clears the zone, checked off the puck by Paquette in the neutral zone. Penn State dumped back in. Penn State has had trouble maintaining long stretches of offensive pressure despite having the puck for the majority of the time. Luke Hughes skates through 3 defenders like it's nothing. He's one of the fastest and strongest skaters for the Wolverines have. Shot from a low angle goes off the post, perhaps off the side of the net. Keenan Draper, son of NHL Stanley Cup champion Chris Draper, in the back. Tries a D-to-D pass. It's deflected away. Taken away. Shot! Portillo makes the save. Hughes did not see the defender coming up directly behind him. It was Zheneyev able to steal the puck away and get a great shot off on Portillo. Portillo able to stop it with his big pillow pads. Hard check on Michigan. Penn State clears the puck, but Michigan maintains control. Ciccolini, 7th-round draft pick of the New York Rangers, trying to make his mark. He's been rather ineffective. Only 27 points in 69 career games throughout 4 years of his time here at Michigan. His career has been plagued by injuries, and when you're a 7th-round draft pick given 4 years to develop in the NCAA, that is not the kind of trajectory you want. He's looking that this will be a turnaround season for him. Miles gets the puck for Michigan. It's his first action as a Michigan freshman in his career. He came as an overager from the NAHL, playing in Fairbanks, Alaska. He is 21. His birthday is December 12th. He's one of the older members on the team, despite being a freshman. Puck trickles all the way back to behind Portillo. Michigan still not a shot on goal. 0-0 game. 15:28 left in the first period. Graton for Penn State. A long clear. That happens to go in front of Portillo. He'll knock it away with his stick. Stretch pass intended for Brindley on the right side. Goes past him. Graton chases it. Keeps the puck in Penn State's control. Attempted clear stopped by TJ Hughes. Battle along the far side boards. Penn State clears. Edwards picks the puck up for Michigan in the neutral zone. Pass to the right wing for Seamus Casey. Casey follows the puck to the corner, spins around, and once more, pass to the slot looking for Moyle. Shot, score! Jackson Halem! His 4th of the season from the slot off of a redirected pass that gets by Solier. And Michigan takes a 1-0 lead early in this game. 14:48 to go in the first period.
Yeah, that's the type of possession that you love to see out of Michigan. They're having control there, and hell, I'm able to get control of the loose puck. Too often we see Michigan ends up losing the puck there. Halem's right there, has the angle, gets the shot off. Only the first shot on goal for the Wolverines, but it gives them a 1-0 lead anyway.
Estapa loses the draw for the Wolverines. Portillo goes behind his net to catch the loose puck. Couple of passes send the puck forward for the Wolverines. Moyle racing into the offensive zone. He's cut off by Christian Berger. Second line left D for Penn State. Berger with the puck skates through neutral ice. Drop pass for Lampa from the left side. Shot that goes over the blocker of Portillo. And high. Bouncing puck. And a shot through the crease. Dangerous chances for Penn State. None of them on goal, though. Seeing eye shot, and Portillo covers the puck and lets go before it's frozen puck. So Luke Hughes brings the puck along for the Wolverines. And there's a stoppage of possession. I think that'll be offsides on Michigan, so the puck will come back just outside the offensive zone for the Wolverines, looking to keep the pressure on the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, Penn State now up to 8 shots as we saw them get some chances. There are also some shots not on goal. But here again, puck's going to be in the face-off by the neutral zone line on the Penn State side. Another big opportunity for Wolverines to put offensive pressure on, as they've done, I think, like 2 times today, and the last time they scored.
Wolverines scored first in their last game against Minnesota, as well as both games against Ohio State. Their last game against Minnesota, they ended up trailing 3-2, scoring 2 more in the second period and letting go of 1 to bring it to overtime. So that was a real back-and-forth game. Michigan hoping to just maintain control throughout the next 53 minutes.
And worth noting, Michigan has not swept a series yet in Big Ten play. That's a trend they're definitely looking to change here. Would really help them in the conference standings.
That just shows how difficult the Big Ten is this year. The Wolverines 7th in the nation, Penn State 6th in the nation. Combined with the two of them, just one Big Ten sweep this entire season. And that was Penn State doing it against Wisconsin all the way back in October 28th and 29th. Wisconsin, the sole unranked team in the Big Ten. Pardon me, Notre Dame is also unranked, but they are receiving votes.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Wisconsin kind of clearly at the bottom. Everyone else in this conference is very competitive.
Top 25 teams for sure. Action resumes here. TJ Hughes wins the draw for the Wolverines. Pass back to Luke Hughes, chased into the corner by McEachern in his defensive zone. Hughes sends the puck all the way down the ice. That'll be icing as Breton is the only player anywhere remotely near the puck. It'll come all the way back down, and Michigan's tired legs will have to stay on the ice. The second line of TJ Hughes, Dylan Duke, and Eric Ciccolini, as well as Luke Hughes and his defensive partner, Keaton Pearson.
And going back to the earlier conversation, if I recall correctly, I think the Michigan series at Notre Dame is the only time they've won the first game of a series in conference play.
I'll have to fact check that, but that feels correct based on what I remember. Michigan wins the draw and clears the zone, sent right back in by Penn State. Luke Hughes wasn't watching the puck, took a shot to try to clear the puck all the way out of the zone and whiffed on it, pounced on by 2 Penn State Nittany Lions, but Hughes is able to maintain control, and another pass intercepted by Penn State. Luke Hughes has had 2 costly attempts to clear. Shot goes off the post by Penn State. It's a beautiful chance going around a defender, dragging the puck to the backhand, and then a quick little backhand snapshot rings off the iron. The shots are 9-1 in favor of Penn State, but that one for Michigan went in the back of the net. They're leading this game 1-0 and have another chance as McGroarty skates around, pass to Kieran on the left side, and a fantastic chance for the Wolverines wasted as too many passes. Ruins Wolverines again, and Penn State trips up Luca Fantilli in a puck battle. The Wolverines will go on their first power play of the night. Michigan, a top 10 team in the NCAA in terms of power play.
I don't think they.
Oh, it's going to be offsides.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Fantilli got tripped.
Fascinating. All right, they're calling it offsides. No penalty. No power play.
Now, once again, I'm back on the Wolverine side.
They're going to call it incidental contact. Pass goes back to Brendan Miles. Miles, who wears 12 for his birthday, 12-12. He had 3 shots in the exhibition game against USNTDP, as well as 1 blocked shot. He was a -1. Got no time on the power play or penalty kill. I don't expect him to get any time on the penalty or power play this game, being the extra skater. Halem behind his own net, tripped up, and that'll be a penalty for sure. The ref's arm shoots up immediately, and going directly to the box is number 23 in blue and white. That'll be first line right winger Tyler Paquette out of Collegeville, Pennsylvania, a hometown hero for the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, now major chance for Michigan. We've seen, it felt like, especially in their non-conference league, they were very successful in converting on power plays. Less so recently in the conference league, but they need to be able to control the puck here and run off consecutive shots.
Wolverines have a power play percentage success rate of 24%. That's good for 13th in the NCAA and first in the Big Ten. Wolverines have to collect the puck in the defensive zone. Gavin Brindley skates through and enters the zone. Pass to the right side. Bounced off of a defender. A cross-ice pass bounced off a defender and almost goes into the net. Went just off the post. The puck is cleared. Luke Hughes skates on into the forehand side. Curls round the net. Pass to the slot. Fantilli shot. Goal! The second shot in the game and the second goal for the Michigan Wolverines Adam Fantilli makes it a 2-0 game. 11:14 left in the first period. And that's how you draw up a power play and execute it to perfection.
It only took 37 seconds there, and I think it looked a lot like what we saw on the first goal. They were coming back around I think it was Hughes coming back around the net, getting it to Fantilli. We saw the last goal with Pala, more of a loose puck, but still coming from the same side, right corner of the goal. Just got a shot in. Nothing too complex. Just got it by the goalie.
Not how you want to start the game, as Liam Soulier, 2 shots, 2 goals allowed. Soulier has been on the up and up every year at Penn State. Went from an .844 save percentage in his freshman year, .905 sophomore, .921 as a junior. This has been a rough game and a start he'd love to take back. But the Penn State Nittany Lions are in a 2-0 hole early in this first period. McEachern on a breakaway for Nittany Lions. Shot goes very wide. He had a defender trailing him. Great speed by, I think that was Dylan Duke, chasing down the attacker. He started off about 5 feet behind him and put pressure on him by the middle of the offensive zone. Penn State controls the puck in their defensive zone. Pass goes off Servigno. Luke Hughes chases as Portillo sends the puck away. Dylan Graton's shot bounces off the stick of Portillo. He plays low and crouched. A real stressful goalie to watch if you're a Michigan Wolverines fan, and that'll be offsides on the Wolverines. Looks like it was a little bit overeager from Dylan Duke, who lost a fight to his brother, shall I mention, last time the Wolverines were in Yost. His brother playing for Ohio State. And it'll be another power play for the Michigan Wolverines, as
I believe it's
Shane trying to find Shane on the scorecard. Regardless, the Wolverines win the draw. 2 minutes for tripping to Shane. Luke Hughes at the point. Back and forth with Brindley on the right side. Pass low to Fantilli. Cross-ice pass. Shot save made by Soulier. Brindley back to Hughes at the point. Over to Brindley on the right side. Brindley glides back towards the top of the center. Pass to Hughes. Wolverines control the puck on the left side. Over to Brindley on the right. Playing down to the goal line and back to Brindley. Pass through the slot. Bounces off of Penn State stick, but TJ Hughes keeps control. Goes behind the net over to McGroarty. Pass deflected. Hughes maintains control again. Wolverines dominating this power play. Luke Hughes dances around a defender. Pass over towards the left side. No shots during this power play yet, but still great puck possession. They're cycling, looking for a chance. Luke Hughes slap shot. His stick is broken. Penn State has a 2-on-1. Defenders for Michigan come back in time, though. Shot goes off of Portillo's chest. Rucker McGroarty skates through the offensive zone. TJ Hughes, the puck is poked, checked away. Great work by Sarlo. Reaching out, stabbing the puck out of the zone. Wolverines still have control, though. Halem enters the zone, but before he did, Dylan Duke once again entered offsides. The puck will come out of the zone. 40 seconds remaining in the Michigan power play.
Yeah, to what you had mentioned earlier, the blueprint for the Wolverines getting their first 2 goals was not passing the puck that much and just getting a shot off. We saw there they kept passing it around, never even took a shot before they lost control. That clearly, at least so far in this game, 11 minutes in, has not been what's been working for them.
Seamus Casey drags the puck in, gets stopped up by some defenders. And I would argue that passes have been working. I mean, that second goal, the Wolverines managed to get some clearance by having Luke Hughes draw the defender away and then get a pass to an open Fantilli. Wolverines behind the net. Dylan Duke wraps around to the near side. Jackson Halem knocked down. They're going to call it a body check from behind, not a trip. Seamus Casey glides forward. Shot. Look, puck is loose. Still loose. It was underneath the glove of Soulier. And there's some pushing and shoving because Duke took a shot after the whistle had blown. Penn State did not like that. That's seen as almost an automatic fight in the NHL, taking a shot after the whistle is blown. Granted, the puck was still loose. The referee called the play dead early. Having said that, it does seem like Michigan, one of the Michigan sticks knocked the puck out of the glove of Soulier. The ice is being scraped down by, I believe, Michigan's women's hockey team, and they're doing fantastic in club play this year. They're at the highest level of club play. Ward Manuel, what is taking so long? The University of Michigan deserves a women's NCAA hockey team. If not just because of how talented these players are, how well they do in the club scene, but because, let me read off the last few women's hockey national champions. Ohio State, Wisconsin, Clarkson, Minnesota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Minnesota Duluth, Wisconsin. If not just for how fantastic this team is, to save NCAA from this Big Ten reign of dominance from Ohio State, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. The women's hockey team deserves to be in the NCAA, and you can hear all about how well they're doing if you tune into the Daily Sports Report, 6 to 6:30, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, on 88.3 FN, or on WCBN.org. Click the Tune In Live button, or Listen In Browser button. I forget what they call it now. But shameless plug aside, the NCAA and Michigan need to get their acts together and give Michigan a women's hockey team. They have to, right now, the club team has to pay for their ice time on Yost, so you can donate to their team online. They had a huge fundraiser because they didn't look like they were going to meet their goal. Luckily, Twitter managed to come to their aid and help them pay for practice time and game time here at Yost Ice Arena instead of playing in the Ann Arbor Ice Arena, or the Ice Cube. Ice Arena of Ann Arbor, I think is what they call it. Regardless, back to Michigan hockey NCAA action. Philip Lapointe, pass to Estapa, gets around a defender, taken away by Berger. McMenamin races forward for Penn State and a hard body check. Penn State maintains control. A shot deflected towards Portillo, stopped by Pearson. Estapa with the puck for the Wolverines. Pass over to Hughes, intercepted by Shade. Wolverines let the puck go to the right side where an all-alone Penn State player was shot. A great save by Portillo. Fantastic lateral movement from right to left, and he got his glove on the shot. He wasn't able to trap the puck. Again, rebound control. Really a struggle for Eric Portillo. Slap shot after an errant pass, saved by Portillo. Wolverines on their back foot now, as Penn State has managed to keep the puck in again and again. Another clearance attempt taken away by Penn State. Wolverines fighting for it. Granowitz finally managed to get the puck to Estapa, who can clear the zone. Penn State, Zanaev battling with Estapa, and Penn State has to go behind their own net as Estapa slaps the puck all the way down the end boards, ring around the corner boards, picked up by Soulier. Paquette battling for the puck in Michigan's offensive zone now after a couple passes, brought it from behind the Penn State net to a dangerous chance for Penn State. TJ Hughes managed to steal the puck away. Pass from left to right side for Casey. Over to McGroarty, trying to get it to the slot, taken away by Penn State. Racing forward is Sarlo for Penn State on the left side. Tries to get a pass taken away by Edwards. Bounced off his skate. The bouncing puck lands in the middle of the neutral zone on that giant Michigan 100 years of hockey crest. Wolverines battling. Taken away by Sarlo and Penn State. Bouncing puck goes towards Portillo. He gives a little billiards jab and sends the puck away. 5:56 left to go in the first period. Michigan ahead 2-0 despite being outshot 15-5. Dylan Duke intercepts a pass and clears the zone, but Penn State and Savigno managed to stay in control. Couple shots go wide for for Penn State. Shane, pass intercepted by Draper after bouncing off of Penn State body in front. Miles, long-reaching pass out for Duke. Taken away by Penn State. Miles gets the puck back. Softer pass. Taken away by McEachern. Shot by McEachern from the left circle. Gloved by Portillo, and he'll stop the puck, freezing it. 5:14 left. Michigan leading this game over the Nittany Lions 2-0. And this sort of dominance you'll have to expect if the game continues like this may mean something for Michigan in terms of national standings.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking for, as we talked about, they don't have a big Big Ten sweep yet. Obviously, if they could manage to sweep this series, and of course it's very early to say that, that would really help their national resume. And to what you had mentioned earlier with Portillo, obviously you would have liked to see him freeze the puck earlier. That was nice to see he did there. Yet also 16 shots, no goals. So he's had an outstanding game, facing a lot of pressure, preventing anything from getting in up to this point.
I mean, Portillo is good. Do not get me wrong. He is a good goalie. And it'll be a stop of going to the box for a face-off violation for delay a game. Something in the you don't see in the NHL, you see in the NCAA. If you flinch on the face-off too many times, you get delay a game penalty on you. So Michigan goes on the penalty kill here early. 5:14 left in the first period.
We are back here at Yost Ice Arena for the second period of this Michigan Wolverines hockey game against the Penn State Nittany Lions. Wolverines are up 2-0 despite being outshot 18-7 in the first period. The first goal came from Jackson Halem. Second goal came from Adam Fantilli. Eric Portillo has had a perfect game in the first period, at least, behind the goal cage. As teams are now returning to the ice, they'll switch sides. Michigan will shoot toward our left. Penn State will shoot toward our right. And Amer, as we get set for the second period, what did you notice of interest in the first period?
Well, it's about as an effective of a period as you're going to get from the Wolverines. 7 shots on net. At one point, they were 2 for 2. So 2 shots on net resulting in 2 goals. So that's about as effective as you can possibly get it. They've just been flying around. And, I think they're building off of momentum from last weekend where they split the series with the Minnesota Gophers, which was absolutely huge for that one. It was an overtime game. They lost the first one on Friday. They won the second one on Saturday night. And the Wolverines has just been flying around. They're up 2-0. Now for Penn State, I expect them to, kind of regroup and, get some more shots on Portillo. They've gotten 18 shots on Portillo, but he's just been strong in between the pipes.
So we are back here. Puck will go into the Penn State zone. Adam Fantilli has it. It'll go across to the far side. McGroarty has it. So he'll skid around. Ethan Edwards has it on the near side. Shoots. And he gets covered and he scores! Wolverines take a 3-0 lead. Could not tell who quite got it in as Sully initially stopped it, but could not maintain control of the puck, and the Wolverines got it to go in.
Take a look at a replay on the board. It's just a shot by Ethan Edwards, a deflection. Fantilli's there to put it in. I have a feeling they might review this. This looks like Soler might have got a hand on it.
Now it is a 3-0 game. That would be Adam Fantilli's second goal of the game. He scored the second one in the first period.
Yeah, and it looks like we are going to have a challenge on the ice.
Penn State will challenge the call. We'll take a look.
I mean, looking at that replay, they might have a small case. If we could see a couple more camera angles, then we'd be able to tell.
Questioning if Adam Fantilli interfered with the Penn State goalie, Liam Soulier. You play there.
He might have had a pad on it, and then Adam Fantilli just knocked it out. The call on the ice was a goal, so it's got to be clear and concise evidence to overturn it. Let's get another look of replay here. And the one thing is, you never really know when the goalie had possession of the puck. It's kind of like football. What's a catch? Does anybody know what a catch is in the NFL? And, the way his body was moving around, I don't think he even knew if he had the puck or not.
It obviously was in the crease, but, of course, you have to find indisputable video evidence that he had control of the puck and had it knocked away by Adam Fantilli. From what we saw, I didn't see anything indisputable. Of course, the officials will have the ability to slow down the angles as they want, combine multiple angles.
Yes, this shot that they're showing of behind the net might be the one that decides if this is a goal or not. So, it was a shot by Edwards on the left side. Soler was able to get a pad on it.
And the rule come right here. They're going to wave off the goal, and it's called goaltender interference. So remains a 2-0 game. Penn State keeps their challenge. And the children of Yost do not like that call. But with 19:43 left in the second period, it is a 2-0 game. Penn State wins the challenge. The Adam Fantilli goal is called off. They'll now win the faceoff in their own zone. And neither team really has control right now. It'll go back into the Penn State zone. Ethan Edwards will try to get it. It'll be knocked away by Penn State. Michigan still has it, but not securely. Ethan Edwards has it back behind the goal, and he'll pass it off to the far side. Michigan is going to keep it. It's Seamus Casey back there. Now Penn State will take it away, and they'll clear it out of the zone, but TJ Hughes still has it. Now Ethan Edwards on the near side. He'll just chuck it to the back. Jackson Halem with it. On back. Now goes out to the far side. Comes out near side. Luke Hughes has it. Michigan has maintained control. Has not gotten a shot off. He'll come into the near the cage. He will not get a shot. He'll swing back around outside. Come just in front of the blue line. Now Keaton Pearson will not do it to the back wall. Penn State has 3 guys around it, but still no one can really control it. Jackson Halem will have it. He'll pass it back. Now the goalie will have it. Now Penn State finally has control, and they will clear it. Danny Juniev will, but Michigan's going to take it back. Luke Hughes coming up the middle, shoots, and off the post, deflects up into the screen. Almost had it.
Luke Hughes put so much power on that puck that it deflected off the top crossbar over the net, behind the net, almost hits the ceiling at Yost. Man, he put a lot of power on it, and, Brendan Nerado talked about this might be the best 4-game stretch that Luke Hughes has played in a Michigan uniform, and I might have to agree with him.
So, shot just too high there, but Michigan will control it again after the faceoff. But now Penn State will take it. That'll be number 12, Ben Stone. Hard shot there. The puck will come back around, and there's going to be a stoppage.
Yeah,
as a Penn State player is injured.
We're going to have a delayed penalty on the Wolverines. Probably going to be boarding.
Kiernan, perhaps, is the guilty party. He will go into the box. I believe that is...
Looks like number 12, Ben Shu-On, is on the ice. I'd imagine that the referees are going to take a look at this for a 5-minute major and then a game misconduct, which would mean that Kiernan would be disqualified.
Yeah, you'd have to figure with... Generally, when you see a serious injury like this, you're automatically going to look and see exactly what the contact was. Potential contact to the head, perhaps.
It was a loud thud on the boards.
Yeah, you heard it very loudly, even from up here in the press box. We are a minute 56 into the second period, 18:04 to go. Wolverines are up 2-0. In a stoppage here. Now the officials are having a discussion with Luke Hughes by where on the near side where the monitor is. They have not looked at the replay, and Schoen is now up and being helped off of the ice. And they're going to call a game misconduct and 5-minute major on the ice. So Jake Kiernan's day is done. And Penn State will go on the power play for 5 minutes.
Yeah, what a change of events, honestly. You come in 17 seconds into the period, Michigan Wolverines, but potentially looking at themselves being up 3-0. Goal gets called back, and now Jake Kiernan gets a 5-minute major and the game misconduct, so meaning his night is done, and the Penn State Nittany Lions will go on a 5-minute power play, and they can score as many times as they want during those 5 minutes. So a huge opportunity for Penn State to get back into this game, which, Michigan has controlled most of this game.
Yeah, definitely Michigan obviously needs to get the momentum back, and the biggest way to do it is to kill off this penalty. Obviously, a lot easier said than done with the 5-minute major. As Penn State will have it. And shot attempt, and Penn State scores. That's number 9, Xander Lampa, who scores 6 seconds into the power play. And it's a 2-1 game.
That's one way for the number 6 team in the country to cut into this lead, scoring 6 seconds into the power play.
So it'll be Philip Lapointe serving the penalty for the Wolverines. He still has another 4 minutes, 54 seconds in the penalty box. 17:58 to go. Now a 2-1 Wolverines lead.
Yeah, looking at replay of that, it was just played in the corner, and then Penn State was able to get on it, and then you had a Lampa right on the edge right there, one-timer into the net. Penn State cuts the lead in half.
Penn State has it now on the near side, and pass goes awry, but Penn State will still have it. That'll be Tyler Paquette with the puck. He'll skate around in the near side. Shot goes just wide. Penn State still has it, and another shot attempt gets deflected. The shot coming from Jared Crespo. Wolverines will clear it. 4:17 to go on the penalty. Still a lot of time. Carter Shade will get it back for the Nittany Lions, and he'll come up for center of his own zone. He'll pass it off to the near side to Jimmy Dowd. Puck goes back into Penn State zone. They still have it. It'll be Connor Seachern, who will bring it back behind Michigan's goal. Michigan tries to clear it. They cannot. Dowd has it. It'll be number 21, Kevin Wall. Shot gets deflected, but Dowd will keep it in the zone. It'll go behind the goal. Come around to the near side. McEachern has it, and now it'll be cleared as Ethan Edwards got his stick on it. He has a chance to get a goal, and the goal, but attempted shot gets blocked by Liam Souliere. Chance for a shorthanded goal, but Luke Hughes has the puck in the Michigan zone, but McEachern will prevent it from being cleared. Eric Portillo stops it, cannot corral it, but then it'll be cleared again by the Wolverines. That was Ethan Edwards once again clearing it. Souliere will take it behind his goal, and now it'll be Christian Berger with the puck. He'll pass it to Linden. We'll pass to... Puck will go around now, but Penn State will keep control on the far side. That's Tor Linden with the puck. As a attempted shot almost went in. The shot came from Berger. Puck was loose. Now Ethan Edwards has a chance, but it's going to get stopped by the Penn State defense. That's number 17, Chase McLean, takes it up. Puck's now with Calder on the near side. Ashton Calder has it back. Shot goes high off the glass behind the goal, but Penn State keeping it. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left on the power play. Puck's still behind the Michigan goal. Penn State has it. That's Chase McLean. Skating around. Hill attempted shot. Gets deflected by Portillo. McLean has another shot. Gets stopped again. A third shot gets stopped by Portillo. And now the Wolverines are able to clear it. That was 2 shots by McLean and 1 by Danny Johniev. All 3 got blocked by Portillo. He was not able to cover any of them up, but Wolverines finally cleared it. Now Penn State gets the puck back into the Michigan zone, but it's good. Pass is going to be intercepted again by Keaton Pearson. He'll clear it. Penn State has it back. They'll get it behind the Michigan goal. It'll come around to the far side. Penn State will have it. That's Christian Sarlo. Shot attempt gets blocked. Ethan Edwards has it. Ethan Edwards has been very active here, taking possession away as he will clear it. A pass to Moyle goes just far, and he's not able to corral it. Penn State will take it back. It'll be Carter Shade who will take the puck into the Michigan zone. Portillo will take control behind his goal, and he'll pass it off to the far side as Michigan is able to clear it, but Penn State takes it right back. Now Michigan has it. That's Nick Granowitz with the puck. Penn State will take it back into their own zone. Shade has it back. Puck goes into the Michigan zone. Penn State has control. Shot attempt gets deflected, and Michigan will be able to clear the puck. Penn State will take it back. Jared Crespo has it. Now comes to the near side in the Michigan zone, in the corner. And Michigan will clear the puck once again. This time it'll go all the way back to Liam Souliere, who will move to the right of his own goal. Penn State has it back. Kevin Wall. Now Michigan takes it. They have control. It'll be Adam Fantilli. Penn State will get the puck back out of their zone, but Michigan still has control. 20 seconds left on the power play. They'll clear it once again as they just try to kill off these last few seconds. It'll be Jimmy Dowd who will have it. Marcus Stoppett trying to get his stick on it. He does. Dowd loses his stick. Penn State will now take control. Dowd gets his stick back. Doniev has the puck, attempts a shot, but Ethan Edwards gets in the way, and Michigan kills off the remainder of the power play. So it is a 2-1 game. Michigan back at full strength in the lead, just under 13 minutes left in the second period. It's Penn State with control of the puck. Simon Mack has it. Now on the near wall, it'll be Tor Linden, who will get the puck and pass intercepted by Keegan Pearson. It'll go back into Michigan zone, but Ethan Edwards has control. He'll skate around. He'll pass it into the neutral zone. McGroarty has it. Now takes it into the Penn State zone. And pass gets intercepted by Penn State. They have it back. Luke Hughes will now take control. Skates back into his own zone. Double pass. McGroarty now has it in the neutral zone as Penn State will take it away. Tyler Paquette got his stick on it. Michigan takes it right back. Neither team really getting control here as the puck is in the neutral zone. Michigan will reset, and now they'll take it in. But Penn State will take it right back. Now in the neutral zone, Paquette is knocked down. Dylan Duke has it, pass it. Now he gets it back, and shot attempted. It's saved by Soulier. Michigan still has the puck. And they'll now go behind the net. Dylan Duke has it on the near side. As he'll pass to Luke Hughes, just in front of the blue line. He'll come up the near side, come around. Dylan Duke briefly muffs the pass, but he'll get it back around, skate back around. Luke Hughes coming up the center with the puck into the corner and attempts to pass the puck into traffic by the goal, but Penn State comes away with it. Xander Lampa has it. And Penn State will take it in the neutral zone. Michigan has the puck right back. That's LaPointe with the puck. He'll pass to Halem, who will attempt to shoot, but he will not get it in. And now another shot attempt goes wide for the Wolverines. Michigan still has it. Another shot saved by Liam Soulier, who has been very active and has rebounded nicely from allowing the first two goals in. Penn State now has the puck, but Michigan will clear it into the neutral zone. Penn State will take it back up the far side in the Michigan zone. Penn State has control behind the net. Shot attempt goes wide. That was Kevin Wall with the attempted shot. Puck's on the near side. Penn State still has it. Now on the far side, back behind the goal. Michigan trying to regain possession, but they are not able to do so yet. As Luke Fantilli falls down getting it, and now Adam Fantilli has the puck. They'll take it into the neutral zone. Penn State's going to try to take it back, but they cannot. Michigan will have it. Seamus Casey on the far side. Surrounded, and Michigan scores! That's Rucker McGroarty, who got the pass from Seamus Casey right up the middle and shot it in. Wolverines up 3-1 with 10:10 to go in the second.
That was a thing of beauty there by Seamus Casey. Dances around three defenders, lays it off for Rutger McGroarty. Rutger McGroarty goes top bins, gives Michigan another 2-goal lead. 10:10 left in the second period.
And a very strong rebound by the Wolverines after allowing that power play goal very early where you thought they might lose the lead. They managed to kill off the rest of that penalty. Big goal there as Seamus Casey just skated around until he could find McGroarty. And Soulier was just not ready. And the Wolverines now back up 3-1, just about halfway through this game. Michigan will win the faceoff, get it into the Penn State goal. Penn State zone, that is, but Linden will take it away for the Nittany Lions. Now, Wolverines have it. Fantilli to Brindley. Shot goes just wide, deflected, but Wolverines keep it in the zone. But Soulier will have control, and he will pass it to Jared Crespo. Now, puck goes to the far side into the neutral zone. Michigan has control back. They'll have to reset. And they will take it into the Penn State zone. Adam Fantilli has it. Pass gets deflected by Penn State. Calder. And now they have control. Adam Fantilli tries to take it back. And another shot. Michigan scores again! And it's Philip LaPointe who gets a loose puck and shoots it right into the net. Wolverines up 4-1.
Looks like Penn State's going to elect to make a goalie change. Penn State not able to get it out of their own zone. Michigan intercepts the puck. And then Philip LaPointe rips the net. Wolverines up 4-1.
So it will be the freshman Noah Grannon who will come into the game now, as Penn State will win the face-off and get it into the Wolverine zone. And there will be a stoppage here. 9:20 to go in the second period, and it's going to be an icing call against Penn State. So the Wolverines will have a face-off in the Penn State zone and have another chance to quickly put pressure on the new goalie, Noah Grannon. Wolverines have been outshot 27-14, yet hold a 4-1 lead. Face-off will go the way of Penn State as Dowd will take control, and then he'll pass it to Dylan Gratton. Penn State now has it in the Michigan zone. Good save there from Portillo. Attempted shot from Alex Cervagno. And Michigan will take the puck back, get it in the neutral zone. And now just across center ice, Nolan Boyle will just shoot it to the back wall. Penn State will take control back. Jimmy Dowd has it. He'll get it into the Wolverine zone, but Michigan will take control. And they'll bring it back out. That's Luke Hughes, who will come into the Penn State zone, around the near side, pass it around, and the pass, Michigan will keep it, but then it gets intercepted by Xander Lampa, and now Sarlo has it for the Nittany Lions. Chance to scoring, great save by Eric Portillo, and now we'll have a little extracurricular activity there. Looks like a bit of a scrum between Eric Ciccolini for the Wolverines and Xander Lampa for the Nittany Lions. So we'll take a break with 8.5 minutes to play in the second period. Is the Wolverines on top with a 4-1 lead. So they've had 2 goals here in the second period. That has been Eric Ciccolini and Rucker McGroarty scoring those goals. And the Wolverines really, despite being having less than half the number of shots at Penn State, it's really been the Wolverines controlling this game.
Yeah, that shots total is really misleading. Penn State has just about double the shots, more than double the shots that Michigan has, yet Michigan has a 3-goal lead. Penn State went on a 5-minute major power play. They were only able to get 1 goal that whole entire time, and it was about like 6 seconds in. So, yeah, credit to the Michigan Wolverines killing off the power play and then getting 2 goals in the second period. And it wasn't like anything like crazy special where they scored off the rush, which like Brandon Arado talks about, Michigan early on in the season liked to score a lot of goals on their rush, but it was forcing mistakes on Penn State, not able to get it out of their zone, and then Michigan just takes the puck and puts it in the back of the net, and Penn State has a new goalie at Noah Grannon, and Liam Soler, his night is done. Let's see what this new netminder has for Penn State.
Face-off. Won by Penn State, an immediate shot attempt saved by Portillo. So we will have another face-off.
And a note on Portillo, when Michigan played Penn State early on in November, he didn't play in that series. So Noah West got the start. So this is the first time Eric Portillo is seeing the Nittany Lions.
On the near side, Wolverines will be able to clear it. It'll go into the Penn State zone. Penn State will have control. They get it before there's potentially icing. Michigan will retake control, clear it into the Penn State zone. It'll be Christian Berger getting control back. And puck will go out of play. And there will be another stoppage here. 8:01 to go in the second period. Michigan is up 4-1. Face-off will occur on the far side, right in front of the Michigan bench in the neutral zone. Face-off will be Lampa and TJ Hughes. Face-off will be won by the Wolverines. Seamus Casey has the puck. He'll skate around and then pass it to Ethan Edwards, who will take it up the far side. Shot attempt goes high and wide right. Penn State has the puck, but Michigan's going to take it back. Seamus Casey, far range shot, goes just wide right. And the puck is going to go out of play again. So a lot of stoppages here since that media timeout. 7:41 left in the second period.
Yeah, we almost went about 5 minutes in that second period before the under 10 media timeout with no whistles, and now it seems like whistles every few seconds.
There'll be 7:41 left. Faceoff will occur in the near corner on the left side in the Michigan or Penn State zone, rather. Nick Granowitz is going to the puck with Simon Mack, and puck will get cleared into the Michigan zone. It'll be Luke Fantilli going after the puck. They'll come around to the near side, and Michigan will clear it out of their zone. It goes out of the play once again into the stands. And yet another stoppage. We've seen several pucks just fly over the glass in this last minute alone.
Quite a few souvenirs for the fans tonight.
Fans must be watching out. No screening on these sidelines. And the face-off it'll be Penn State coming away with the puck. And Eric Portillo covers up another shot attempt by Simon Mack. Shot number 31 for the Nittany Lions. But as we've seen with a lot of these shots, pretty easy save for Eric Portillo.
Yeah, he's having a really good night in between the pipes. Eric Portillo started every game this year. Yeah, man, the junior has really found himself this season, the Buffalo Sabres pick.
Faceoff will occur on the near right side in the Michigan zone. There'll be a stop in McLean. And Michigan will come out with the puck, and Jackson Halem will take it up. The near side loses control. It goes back behind the Penn State goal. Halem gets it back, but Penn State's going to take it away. It's Calder with the puck before Michigan can get a shot off. Calder will take it up the near side, back behind the Michigan goal. And puck's still in the near corner. And Penn State still has it. Now Michigan will take it away. A stop up the near side in the neutral zone. Puck goes into the Penn State zone. And Penn State will get it back. Penn State will now get it into the Michigan zone, but McBroarty has it right back. He'll pass it to Casey on the far side, who will pass it to Adam Fantilli. Come up the far side. Casey has it back. Surrounded by Nittany Lions. And a shot attempt goes wide. Looked like they had a good design there. Brindley passing to Casey, but Casey just could not get it in. Now Casey will have it back on the near side. McBroarty trying to get the puck around like 3 or 4 Nittany Lions. It will be Penn State coming away with it. Puck now in the possession of Kevin Wall, but Michigan will take it back right at center ice. Ethan Edwards has it in the Penn State zone. Penn State will try to take it away. They cannot. Ethan Edwards' long-range shot into a cluster of guys that cannot get in. Penn State will retake control. In the near corner, Ethan Edwards trying to get the puck back, and Penn State will score. As they were just able to get that puck in that was sitting around the goal, just able to get it by Eric Portillo, a lot like Michigan was able to get those 2 shots by Leon Soulier before his night ended. I believe the goal was by number 7. The goal was scored by number 9, Xander Lampa. Puck just sitting around the Michigan goal, sitting right around the goal cage, and Portillo could not corral it. Now, Penn State will win the face-off, and they have control again. Michigan will take it away. They'll get it into the neutral zone, not able to take control. Now, Penn State will get it into the Michigan zone. Portillo has it behind his goal, and they'll be taken away by Keaton Pearson. Now up to near side. Puck goes back behind the Penn State goal, but it's going to be called, Michigan will be called for icing there And now Penn State will get an offensive face-off with 5:04 to go in the second period. Wolverines up 4-2.
Yeah, Penn State, doing another thing, forcing Michigan to have an error, and then Xander Lampa just intercepts the puck and puts it past Portillo. Another quick shot off the face-off. Got a whistle, so we're going to have another face-off deep in the Michigan zone.
State gets it back to 4-2. And just like the Michigan goals here in the second period, nothing too flashy about that Penn State one. Just able to get it past. They have 35 shots, and you figure some will get by. Wolverines still on top 4-2. Face-off will occur on the near corner in the Michigan zone. And it looks like Penn State will ultimately come away with the puck. Shot attempt goes wide from Genev. Now Michigan will try to clear it, but they can't. Long shot goes wide. Michigan now gets it behind their goal. Luke Hughes has it. And now Michigan will take it up. Jackson Hallam will get it out of the zone. Now Moyle has it, but gets stopped by Dylan Gratton. Puck now behind the Penn State goal. Ethan Edwards will take control on the near side as the puck went up the wall. And Doniev will intercept a pass before Marcus Stoppa could get a shot off. Puck will now go behind the Michigan goal. But Michigan looks like they do have control of the puck. Ethan Edwards has it. It'll be Nick Ranowitz. Jackson Hallam has it into the Penn State zone. Passes it back behind the goal. Penn State takes it right back. 3:50 to go in the second period. Wolverines still up 4-2. And Penn State's going to be called for icing. They clear the puck from their own side. So with 3:46 left, Michigan will get a face-off in the Penn State zone.
Yeah, last couple of minutes, Penn State has, made a charge, able to get a goal back in. This is a good opportunity for Michigan now with the face-off deep in the Penn State zone. Win the face-off, get a shot out net. Because this is the first time Noah Grannon, has really been in the game. He's only been in the game for about 7 minutes.
Michigan does win the face-off. Luke Hughes has the puck, and a shot attempt gets blocked. That was Gavin Brindley with the attempted shot, but never got to Noah Grannon. Now Penn State will take the puck into the Michigan zone. Pass it to the back wall. Michigan now has it. And they will take it into the neutral zone. Adam Fantilli has it skating around to the far side. And he'll get it back. But now Penn State will take it back. Michigan unable to get a shot there. But they try to keep it in their zone. They cannot. Fantilli had it in the neutral zone. Long shot attempt. Got just caught by Grannon. And then he just held on to it instead of giving it to a teammate. So with 3:05 to go, we'll have another face-off in the Penn State zone once again.
Smart play by Adam Fantilli to just dump it in. He lifts the puck, and, Noah Grannon has to make the save, kind of like a baseball catch, and then holds it onto it in his glove. And then as the Michigan attack was coming, he couldn't really decide what he wanted to do to drop the puck. So plays smart, holds on to the puck, face off to the left of Grannon.
Face off won by Michigan initially. Casey has it. But then Penn State gets the puck into the neutral zone. Michigan, they cannot take control. Michigan has the puck back in the neutral zone. And long shot attempt from Draper gets easily deflected by Grannon. And a stoppage for offsides, I believe, against Michigan. As Penn State cleared the puck, and Michigan did not wait in time before getting the puck back into the Penn State zone. So a lot of stoppages here, not a lot of action. As we have under 3 minutes left in the second period. Michigan will get the puck to go behind the Penn State goal. But Penn State will come away with it. Poor Linden had it. He has the puck back, but Piccolini trying to take it away from him. TJ Hughes ultimately will. Shot attempt by Dylan Duke gets stopped by Brandon, good save there, as that was a close range shot. Penn State will take the puck away, as they have it. Ashton Calder has it, but an offsides call against Penn State will prevent a potential offensive attack there, and yet another whistle with 2:12 to go. Wolverines on top 4-2. They have been outshot 36-19. The face-off will occur in the neutral zone, right in front of the Penn State bench, close to the Michigan zone, but Michigan will come away with the puck. Jackson Halem cannot get a shot off. Puck was deflected. No, fight for the puck, and Marcus Stoppa gets hit hard there by Christian Berger. Berger loses his stick. He gets it back. Penn State will take control of the puck. Puck's in the neutral zone. Goes into the Michigan zone, but Penn State does not have control. Portillo has it behind the goal, and he'll dump it off to Luke Hughes, who will take it up the middle. Minute and a half to go in the second. And lack of communication at pass attempt from Hughes to Moyle. Puck's in the neutral zone. Now Penn State shoots to the back. Portillo has control of the puck. He'll give it to Luke Hughes behind the goal. Now Michigan will take it back up. It'll be Adam Fantilli on the near side. He briefly loses the puck. He gets it back, goes to the far side. Who's going to come away with it? It will be Penn State with the puck. Derek Crespo had it. Now Adam Fantilli has it back, takes it to the Penn State zone. Seamus Casey with the puck. Penn State will take it right back. Kevin Wall has it on the far side, takes it into the Michigan zone. Will he get a shot off? He will not. He'll get blocked. And Penn State cannot corral a pass, as the pass attempt was a Connor McGeecher, and he just could not corral it. Goes back into the neutral zone. Now puck goes back into the Michigan zone. It's on the near side, no control. Goes into the neutral zone, but Shade will have it for Penn State. They'll take it into the Michigan zone. Still no real control of the puck. Michigan trying to clear it, and they will not be able to do so. Mack will prevent it for Penn State. 15 seconds to go. Puck behind the Michigan goal, and close call there, as it looked like Michigan almost deflected it into their own goal, but Portillo covered it up with 11 and a half seconds to go in the second period.
Michigan will have to, kill off one more face-off. Really, you look at it, you win the puck. If you can't send it down the ice, try to keep it in the corner, let the clock run out, and then go to the locker room with a 2-0 lead, or 4-2 lead.
Face-off will occur to Eric Portillo's right. Players waiting, and it'll be won by Penn State. 8 seconds to go. Penn State still has it, but cannot get a good look yet. 2 seconds to go, and Penn State will not be able to get any good shots. The second period is over, and the Wolverines are up 4-2, despite the fact that they have been outshot 38-19. Wolverines were up 2-1 after one, and they outscored Penn State again 2-1 here in the second period. The Wolverines' goals were here in the second period were scored by Philip Lapointe and Rucker McGroarty. Xander Lampa scored his second goal in the game for Penn State. And Amer, what did you think of what we saw from the Wolverines here in the second period?
It was a solid, period of hockey by both teams. Penn State found themselves down 2 goals coming in the period. You had Adam Fantilli put one in the net about 15 seconds in that got called off. And then Michigan, that 5-minute measure was huge to be able to kill that off and only allow 1 goal by Penn State. It was really big for the Wolverines because Penn State could have scored as many goals as they want on that 5-minute major. But, both teams really struggled on the defensive side of things, causing a lot of unforced errors, and then the opponents were able to capitalize. Michigan able to capitalize. Penn State able to capitalize. 4-2 game heading into the third period. I'd expect a third, period where the Penn State Nittany Lions are really gonna go full out. They have 38 shots on net compared to Michigan's 19, but the Wolverines are up 4-2.
Put this one away and win the first game of a series in Big Ten play for the first time this year at home, and only the second time this year. It'll be Joshua Tenzer along with Amer Bektas for the third period. So we'll take a quick break here and be back in about 9 or 10 minutes.
Welcome back inside of Yost Ice Arena, where the Michigan Wolverines are up 4-2 heading into the third period. On for the remaining of the broadcast, Joshua Tenzer. Josh, my man, how you been?
I've been good. It was nice to let the voice rest, take the second period off. It looked like you guys had a lot to call. There was a lot of action back and forth. The 5-minute major for Michigan to kill off. I mean, there was a lot of stuff. I've been great. I'm looking forward to this thrilling conclusion.
It should be a fun and exciting third period. Any expectations of what this Penn State coaching staff told their players coming into this third period? Because they were down 2 goals in between the first intermission. They're down 2 goals now. And put your coaching hat on.
All right, well, haven't worn that in about 3 years, but I'll put that back on for now. First things first, they had 2 very solid goals. There was the one 6 seconds into the 5-minute major power play, and there was the one where Patillo didn't even know the guy had the puck. So, first off, having the goals is good. You're down 2 going into the first, you're down 2 going into the second. However, when Portillo has had clear eyes on the shots, he's been fantastic. Now, I could get on my soapbox as Josh Tenzer and say how much watching Eric Portillo gives me gray hairs, how much his style of play goes against everything I've ever learned as a goalie. However, I have to say that he has been fantastic tonight. So if Penn State is going to put some past him, they've got to get bodies up front. They've got to make sure that Michigan can't move the screen, because if you have Luke Hughes on the ice, he's a big, strong body. He can move the screen in front of Portillo and give Portillo back that clear vision of the puck. So make traffic out in front, try to deflect shots, change up the angles the pucks are coming to Portillo, and you can get a couple past.
And we are underway. Less than 20 minutes remaining in this third period. And Penn State did do a goalie change after Michigan scored their 4th goal. So Liam Solaire's night is done. And we have Noah Grannon in between the pipes for the Nittany Lions. He faced a couple of, shots by Michigan. But, if I'm Brandon Naurato, I'm definitely telling my guys, like, hey, we need more shots on net. This guy has been playing for about, half a period. Sat a period and a half on the bench. So he's only slightly cold.
He's cold, and he's honestly not the greatest. There hasn't been a single season since 2017-2018 where he's had a save percentage above 900. He played in the U.S. National Development Team, 845 save percentage, 428 goals allowed. So far this season, he's had an 884 save percentage with 3.43 goals allowed per game. So Michigan's got to score at least 1 to really, keep up with the pace or get outworked by this new goalie in net, Noah Grannon.
Yeah, now here comes Dylan Duke, gets caught offsides. Face-off will be back in the neutral zone. 9:13 left, Michigan up 4-2.
Grannon actually ended up getting cut by the USNTDP after his time ended there. He was not there with the U20s. He was done after the U18s. He played for 2 seasons with the Sioux Falls Stampede, letting up 3.5 goals per game and a save percentage around 880 in 50 games with the Sioux Falls in the USHL. No playoff experience for him either.
So test him.
Exactly.
But the thing that I took away at your pregame or your in-between intermissions was that you played goalie.
I did. I was pretty big on the Western Massachusetts Jewish summer camp circuit.
How many games have we called now? And I'm just learning this information.
Oh, it's so many. I mean, going all the way back to soccer. You used to play soccer, if I remember correctly, right?
I did. I think that's like the first thing I told you.
Yeah. Well, we were calling soccer. That was our thing,
Icing on the ice is going to bring the faceoff back into the Penn State zone. But goalie, huh? How long did you play for?
So I started doing, tournaments. I started trying out for tournaments in the Jewish summer camp circuit in 2012, and I retired in 2016, and then I coached the Crane Lake team from 2019 through 2021.
Retired. I love it.
Retired, yeah. I mean, I wasn't allowed to play anymore. I got too old.
Well, here comes Penn State into the Michigan zone. Puck's picked off by Edwards. He's just going to send it behind the boards. It's not going to be able to get out. Shot in front of the net. Saved by Portillo with the pads. Goes to his right, left. Jackson Halem trying to get it out of the zone. Not able to. Penn State looking to get that tying goal. Or get one of the goals back in. Eric Portillo does not have his stick. Now he does have it back. Michigan is able to get it out of the zone.
When Portillo lunged forward to make that save, he reached out with his blocker hand, his hand open, and he let the stick go. That was an intentional choice, it seemed. And he plays often with letting go of his stick. It's a dangerous maneuver, but it worked out for him this time, and the puck went up and over the netting. So far today, Brennan Miles, he's got his first game played that's actually a game. There was he played in the exhibition game earlier this season. So far, he's got no shots, no plus minus either. Just a run-of-the-mill game, and if you're trying to be a fourth liner here at Michigan, that's exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah, young Wolverine team. Face-off is won by Penn State. They're going to keep it in the zone before it finds its way to Luke Hughes, and Luke Hughes has been playing lights out these last couple of games for the Wolverines. You know, he had a really good freshman season last year, set some records, comes back for his sophomore season. Really been a staple for the Michigan Wolverines.
He leads the team in points with 23. That's 3 goals and 20 assists. He is one of the nominees for the Hobie Baker Award alongside Adam Fantilli. And there were questions as to whether Luke Hughes was going to be picked up by the Devils, who have his rights. They drafted him 4th overall at the end of last season. He was one of the only holdovers from last year's team when looking at NHL draft picks, Mackie Samoskevich being the other.
How about Matty Beniers selected to the All-Star team?
He's been fantastic. He's the front runner and pretty much the clear winner so far of the NHL Rookie of the Year award. Fantastic player for Michigan, along with Brisson, the Michigan Bees. They've both been lighting it up in the NHL for Beniers, and Brisson has been spending some time with the Henderson Silver Knights.
Now here comes Samus Casey on the near side, goes around into the corner, leaves it off for Adam Fantilli. Now to the blue line, shot over the top of the net, Ethan Edwards. Good shot there by Edwards. Puck is going to stay in. Dylan Duke barely keeps it in for the Wolverines. Now Ciccolini on assignment. Puck is in the near corners before Penn State's able to get it out of the zone. And we'll have an icing, so it'll come right back down into the Penn State zone. 16:26 left on the clock, 4-2 Michigan.
If you're the Wolverines, sure, this period's going slowly. There have been a lot of stoppages, but that's kind of what you want here. Penn State is a team that plays on momentum. They get lots of goals in a row, have big swings, and the more you stop them, the better it is for you because they're not able to put consistent pressure on. The referee said something, I'm not entirely sure what, but he's going to the...
I think he might be trying to see, because it wasn't icing, you're not allowed to do line changes. So I think they want to see who was on the ice. One of the teams might have switched.
The officials have not gone to their review box. Well, now they are, after a quick discussion.
Or are they going to see if it was actually icing or not?
That's what's so great about our little box in Yost. We can look directly down at where the refs are and take a look at what they're reviewing. Nolan Moyle having a quick discussion with one of the referees, as well as DeNaples, the 2 captains. They're having a little chat going back. No animosity between them.
What are you seeing from your viewpoint? What's the refereeing crew taking a look at?
I have truly no idea. They're watching... It's shown bigger on the Jumbotron, huh? It's a little bit easier to see than right down there. They may be looking at offsides or potentially a check to the head.
I think they were looking at the Dylan Duke. Was he able to keep it into the zone? Because the puck was wrapping its way around the boards, and he was on his knees.
That looks onside to me. It looks like he stops the puck on the blue line, and the blue line counts as whichever zone the puck is currently in. So if you're coming from the neutral zone, it counts as neutral zone ice. If you're coming from the offensive zone, the blue line counts as offensive zone ice.
Otherwise, I don't really know what they'd be looking at.
The ref's mic was a little scratchy when he said that he was looking at something, so we're not entirely sure.
Now we get to look at a big replay.
Dylan Duke looks like he keeps it in. He keeps it in cleanly. It doesn't even touch white ice. And there's the late hit, which I don't think they're looking at, but I mean, if I'm calling the game, there was a late hit on Duke after he already gotten rid of the puck. He was still on his knees and then was checked. So we'll see what's happening, and they're still looking at the replay. They've brought over a third referee to get an opinion, technically a linesman now.
So I guess why the referees are looking at replay of this, let's take a look at Michigan's upcoming schedule. They'll be back at it tomorrow night with Penn State before they welcome in the Wisconsin Badgers next weekend for a 2-game series. And then February 10th, they go up the road to East Lansing, where they'll play Michigan State, and then the duel in the D on Saturday, February 11th. And then a crucial series with Ohio State on the road, a game down in Columbus on Thursday night, and then a game on Saturday afternoon in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio, home of the Cleveland Browns is where that game is. And if there's some games that you mark on your schedule as must-wins, Wisconsin's got to be it. Sure, they're a pesky team. They managed to get a win against Notre Dame. They managed to get a win against Ohio State. They managed to get wins against Michigan once.
Yeah, they split the series with Michigan back in December.
But they're the weakest team in the Big Ten. They're currently 3-11-0 in Big Ten play. You gotta take advantage of it when you can. There is apparently no penalty for high sticking and Michigan loses their challenge. So we were far off on what was going on in the referee booth there.
Brandon Arado shaking his head behind the bench. I mean, he must have saw something if he's going to challenge it.
Right? I think it was the contact that happened with Dylan Duke after he had passed the puck at the blue line. I mean, I don't know. That wasn't what we were looking for, so we have no answers.
Nonetheless, 16:26 left, face-off in the Penn State zone. Face-off sent into the corner, but it's going to stay in the zone. Miles able to keep it in for the Wolverines before it skirts out to Penn State. Going to send it down behind the net, behind Eric Portillo. Xander Lampa with the puck. He's got 2 goals tonight for Penn State. Before Michigan's able to get it out into the zone. Now Penn State sends it back around. Lampa with the puck, far corner. Back to the blue line. Shot deflected off of Philip LaPointe's skate, but it's going to stay in the Michigan zone in the corner. And then a shot by Penn State right into Eric Portillo's chest before he covers it up. Kind of stuttered on if he wanted to cover that puck up or not. I mean, he had control of the puck, so that was good. But then, tried to decide whether if he could play it off to his side or cover it up. Covers it up, and we'll have the face-off in the Michigan zone.
Michigan, last time we called a game, the two of us, it was Michigan in the Frozen Four against Denver. And what was so exciting about that Michigan team were all the youthful players. I'll get back to my thought in a moment.
Shot saved by Eric Portillo. So back to the Frozen Four, our little trip to Boston.
We took a little trip to Boston, and Michigan had a really youthful team with a lot of talent. But so many of them were drafted in the NHL that they all left, and this year the Wolverines are a measurably worse team. What's fortunate for the Wolverines this year is besides Luke Hughes and maybe Adam Fantilli, there aren't that many targets that players that the NHL is going to take. Maybe Mackie Samoskevich drafted 11th, but Fantilli's going to go in the top 5, probably top 3 of the next draft. Gavin Brindley lined up to be 25, 26-ish.
You're speaking about Brindley, but we're going to have, looks like a hand pass on Rutger McGroarty, so the faceoff will be outside the blue line. You mentioned all the young players for the Michigan Wolverines and how much they lost last year. And you gotta give credit to Michigan and this recruiting staff, bringing in high-profile players. Adam Fantilli, huge for the Wolverines. Rutger McGroarty, huge. And then you have, not seniors, but, upperclassmen with their experience like a Luke Hughes, Mackie Samoskevich, Dylan Duke. Dylan Duke didn't play too much last year. He's having a huge role this year with the Wolverines.
The entire top line today is made up of exclusively freshmen, and they've been buzzing all night long. They've been the highlight of the Michigan offense this year.
Now TJ Hughes coming into the zone for the Wolverines. Puck in the corner. Tries laid off. Now here comes Penn State skating across the neutral zone. Keaton Pearson on defense. Puck is just going to go in to the near corner. Penn State able to keep it into the zone. Right around that blue line. State really needs to score a goal if they want to get back into this game. Shot is deflected off of traffic right in front of Eric Portillo. Still stays in the Michigan zone. Puck's laid off to the slot. Shot deflection. Finds its way to Wells. He's going to have a shot, and then TJ Hughes able to corral it. Now the puck's in the near corner. Skirts across the side. Penn State really patient, trying to control the puck, get a good shot, cut the lead in half. Michigan not able to get it out of zone. Eric Portillo is just going to cover it up, and the goal is going to get knocked off.
Dowd came racing in and managed to avoid Portillo, which may have saved him a couple punches. So good job for him, making sure not to touch the goalie. Portillo's been just as good as he has been all game. He's where the Michigan defense has allowed him to face so many shots. I mean, like I said, 50 against Ohio State. He's already up to 43, so with 14 minutes left and 7 shots to the mark, they're probably going to clear the 50 again. That's something that the Michigan coaches have probably talked a lot about, the shot quantity that this team lets up. But Portillo has been fantastic. I mean, this season, he's at a .907 save percentage, which is just below his career percentage of .920 with the Wolverines. But today, he's been electric.
Faceoff is won by Penn State. They're going to keep it in their zone. Shot deflection off, laid it off to the corner. Luke Hughes on defense. Puck finds its way to Miles. Miles lays it off for Halem. Into the neutral zone for Miles, just sends it deep into the Penn State zone. And these next couple of minutes really feel like the decider in between this game. Michigan with that 2-goal lead. What'd you guys call it in that first period?
The most dangerous lead in hockey?
Yeah. I mean, in soccer as well, too. Like, once you got that 3-goal lead, you'll feel a lot more comfortable about yourself. And Michigan's looking for that 3rd-goal lead. If they're able to get it, I feel like they will put Penn State to sleep.
The longer time you can sort of keep this level of control for Michigan, being able to pass the puck back and forth, and as I say that, they give up the puck. But the ability to just maintain control, slow the pace of the game down, don't allow Penn State to get any odd man rushes. Just then, there was a breakout. Sarlo was chasing the puck down, and I think that was Ethan Edwards was able to get the puck faster. They have a defenseman all the way back at the blue line now who's not part of the play necessarily. They're not at the point waiting for a slap shot, but they're watching, playing a more defensive style, almost a 3-2 instead of a 2-3.
Here comes Brindley on the near board, skating across side, shot on net, save to the right. Now puck finds its way to Rutger McGroarty, and Penn State able to almost get it out of the zone. Luca Fantilli able to keep it in the Michigan zone. That's in the corner. Before it up off the glass, and it's going to go all the way down the ice for an icing.
Again, yeah, go ahead.
12-12. 4-2 Michigan. Go ahead, Josh.
I was going to say, again, Luca Fantilli was all the way back. He's a great defender, and he played his role perfectly. He was turning around by the time that Penn State was already in the movement of clearing the puck, making sure that play stays in Michigan's control and in Penn State's defensive zone.
So faceoff is won by the Wolverines. Adam Fantilli now on the near. Lays it off into the corner. Puck finds its way to Brindley. Brindley's going to have a shot. Deflection off into the net.
Adam Fantilli is such a fantastic player. He's got a goal today and an assist. That's 2 more points for him, considering that he leads the NCAA in points per game. Let me double check that. Because he did miss a couple games due to lighting up the World Juniors. He does lead in points per game. He has 1.65 points per game, which is just behind Ryan McAllister, a freshman out of Western Michigan, 1.54. Although McAllister does have 7 more points to the season, he's also got 6 more games. Fantilli was part of that fantastic Canadian team, spearheaded, of course, by Connor Bedard, the clear-cut #1 draft pick this upcoming draft. Now, #2 is really between Fantilli and, I believe, the Czech phenom Matvey Michikov. I may be wrong about which nation he's from exactly.
Now, same as Casey on the near boards. Nice little move there by Casey into the near corner. Sends it down to TJ Hughes on the other end before it's intercepted by Penn State. Penn State could have an odd man rush, but Ethan Edwards is there for the Wolverines. Now, here comes Michigan into the neutral zone. No team really controlling the puck except for Penn State right here before Rutger McGroarty with a great stick poke. Penn State keeps it in the zone. Great pass into the middle. What a shot into Ethan Edwards' stick, but it's going to stay out. Michigan is going to come away with it. They just can't get an odd man rush right now, but here comes Adam Fantilli and Gavin Brindley on a 2-on-1. Lays it off for Brindley. Brindley shot saved by the netminder. Now Rutger McGroarty loses his puck into the neutral zone. Man, what an opportunity there. A 2-on-1, Adam Fantilli and Gavin Brindley.
It was fantastic defense by Jared Crespo, which is what stopped the play. He managed to lay down exactly when the pass was about to go across ice, so they had to recall the pass and then do a saucer pass up over him. By the time the pass came across over Crespo, the shot was already at a really tough angle, and Brannon was able to get around to the post and make the stop.
I think he's warm now in the net.
He certainly is. He's been on top of his game. His lateral movement has been on point. He's been going from left to right with strong single leg pushes. He's using his posts to advantage. He knows where his crease is. It's been a real treat to watch him, especially over Liam Soulier, who I'm sad he's not in the game anymore because I didn't get to use the fun fact that he has a SoundCloud account. He's an aspiring musician called Lil Scoops. Scoops with a K, of course. Didn't get to use that organically. I had to force that one in there. I had to shoehorn that fun fact.
I was about to say, save it for the under 10 media timeout.
Oh, yeah, I should have. You're right. It is coming up. 9:48 left in this third period. But hey, if you wanna listen to some music, Lil Scoops. LIL.
Portillo with the blocker save to the right of him. Now the puck is in the corner of Portillo to the left. Michigan looking to get it out of the zone. Now Phillip will point control of the puck. He's just going to wrap it around the boards. He's going to find his way to Keenan Draper, one of those freshmen for this year's team. Now Phillip will point control of the puck. He's just going to dump it into the zone. And we're going to have an icing. And that still won't take us to the under 10 media timeout.
No, it won't. I mean, Keenan Draper, he's one of those freshmen who is going to stick around for a long time. Don't be fooled by the little Red Wing logo under his name. He was drafted by the Red Wings in the 7th round. His father is actually Chris Draper, head of the Red Wing scouting department. So, nepotism, maybe, maybe not.
What are the chances you can pull some strings and get his dad up here for a little intermission?
Right now, this at postgame? Or in the future?
Either
way, 0%.
In the future, because the Red Wings are in New York tonight, playing the Islanders.
It's true. They are in UBS Arena out in Suffolk County, Nassau County, rather.
I heard the Islanders are the favorite team in New York, better than those Rangers. Now here comes Luke Hughes with the puck for the Wolverines. I had to slide that one in.
Of course. I'll tell you what. During the 10-minute intermission break, we will go take a look around the NHL scorecard, see what's going on in the league.
Sounds good with me. Penn State trying to get back into this game, down by 2. 8:23 left in the Michigan zone right now.
Michigan's done well putting their bodies in front of shots. Just 2 shots on goal in the last 5 minutes, and there's another block shot by Keenan Draper.
Yeah, right into the shins of Keenan Draper, but still not able to get it out of the Michigan zone. And then just a shot. Michigan's defense is really struggling. A lot of tired legs out there. Shot in the over the top of Eric Portillo's net. Penn State's really got that foot down on the gas pedal. Now Philip Point lays it off for Granowitz. Shot over the top of Portillo's net. Penn State. It's really impressive how much energy they have out there on the ice. Michigan's really slow. They cannot get the puck out of the zone.
Penn State's been slowly going back to their bench, one guy at a time, keeping fresh legs out there, where Michigan is just trapped. They're playing in this little pentagon, looking like they're doing a 5-man penalty kill, trying to get into the way of the passing lanes, as little skating as possible.
That's what it seems like. The Wall lays it off in the middle, deflects into the corner. Now here comes the crowd for Yost. Now Luke Hughes controls the puck. He's just going to flick it up, but he literally can't get it out. Michigan cannot get it out of the zone. And as I say that, Philip Lapointe does that and gets a loud cheer from the crowd.
Only 2 players able to go off. Luke Hughes, Lapointe, and Miles still. It's almost a 2-minute shift.
Now Wall controls a bouncing puck on the near sides before he gets his pocket picked by TJ Hughes. Now TJ Hughes with Eric Ciccolini. Hughes on the near side of the boards. He's going to shoot one right into the chest of Noah Brannon.
It was so important to make sure that you carry that puck across the red line. If you didn't, I mean, it's icing. You can't get the change off, and you're still tired legs on the ice.
And with that save, we've officially reached the under 10 media timeout. 6:39 left in the third period. Michigan up 4-2. Josh, let's take a look around the NHL.
You know who else is up? The New York Islanders.
That's not good.
They just scored a goal. As I was talking, Brock Nelson makes it a 2-0 game over the Detroit Red Wings. The Rangers up at the end of the second, 2-1 over the Golden Knights. The Toronto Maple Leafs, who just lost Austin Matthews for 3 weeks due to a knee strain, they're down 4-2 against the Ottawa Senators at the end of 2. Also, in the second intermission, the Kings are beating the Florida Panthers 3-2. And early in the third period, the Hurricanes are beating the Sharks 2-1. Coming up later today, we've also got the Flames versus the Kraken and the Blue Jackets versus the Canucks. So that's a trip around the ice. And of course, the ice cleaning was done by members of Michigan's women's hockey team. And it looks like we have more viewers than we did in the first period. So I'm going to say again, NCAA and Michigan, give the Wolverines a women's NCAA hockey team. They're so good, and the fact that they have to pay for ice time at Yost while representing the university is criminal. Stop it. Looks like we'll be getting to our face-off soon. TJ Hughes is lined up, going up against Xander Lampa. Face-offs have been rough for the Wolverines. They're down 31-24.
Not a lot of action in this third period compared to the second, where we saw 4 goals.
It's also felt a lot slower, too.
Maybe it's because the fans learned that you played goalie in high school.
Hey, not high school. Jewish summer camp.
Okay, summer camp.
I went to New York City high schools. Do you think we had access to ice?
Now Dylan Duke with the puck lays it off to Edwards behind the net. Ciccolini able to get it out of the Michigan zone into the neutral zone. Mack is going to send it. Wraps around the boards. Ciccolini. Casey now. As intended for Luke Hughes. It's going to find its way to the netminder. He's just going to lay it off for a teammate. Penn State not able to get it out now. Gavin Brindley on the near board. Sends it into the corner for the Wolverines. At what point does this Penn State coaching staff decide to pull their goalie? Here comes Michigan on the attack. TJ Hughes trying to lay it off for Brindley. Penn State intercepts the puck. Not able to get it out of zone. Now Adam Fantilli behind the net. Lays it off in the middle. Deflects off a Penn State stick, and Penn State's able to get it out of the zone.
I would say the goalie is going to get pulled around 2.5 minutes to 1.5 minutes. That's usually the golden zone. But earlier this week, the Florida Panthers were down by 3, and they pulled the goalie with 9.5 minutes left and played that way for 7 minutes until they let up a goal with 2.5 minutes left. So I have no idea anymore.
I'm going to guess.
Customs out the window.
I'm going to guess under 4 minutes they're going to pull them. As long as they're controlling the puck, obviously. But Michigan now has it in the Penn State zone. Moyle deflects the puck off a Penn State skate. Puck is going to wrap around the boards to Edwards. Now to Casey. Casey's going to let one fly. Deflection. Off. And into the net above the boards. Whistle brings us to 4:52. Michigan up 4-2. Getting close to that point where we think, the goalie might get pulled.
Yeah, Grannon might go to the bench for an extra attacker. You'll have to imagine it's going to be that entire first line of Sarlo, Lampa, and Paquette. And then filling in will be, I'm going to guess, Tor Linden. He's got 14 assists on the season so far. Maybe that extra passer.
Face-off won by the Wolverines. Puck finds his way to Luke Hughes. Luke Hughes takes a shot, but his stick breaks. Goes to the bench to get a new one. Now here comes Penn State on a 3-on-2 with support coming. Good play by Luke Hughes to stop the defender. Eric Portillo is just going to cover it up, and then we got a little bit of extra after the whistle.
I think that was the second time Luke Hughes snapped his twig on a slap shot.
Time to get a new stick, kid.
Yeah. Time to take a look at what the equipment's using and see what's going on there.
Or take it easy in the gym. One or the other.
Can you imagine telling Luke Hughes to take it easy in the gym? Oh, that's a scary thought. Face-off will be to Portillo's left. Tor Linden from Great Falls, Virginia. Previously played for RPI, I believe that's Rochester Polytechnic.
Face-off is quickly won by Penn State, and a shot is going to deflect off a Penn State player. For Keaton Pearson, lays it off.
Pardon me, that's Rensselaer Polytechnic. Toward the place and forgot its name.
Now Keaton Pearson controlled the puck for the Wolverines, lays it off for Luke Hughes. Now Rutger McGroarty able to get it out of the zone, but Berger is there for Penn State. Now long pass to Rutger McGroarty. Rutger McGroarty with the good move. Shot. Save by the netminder. Puck skirts its way into the corner.
Fantastic work with the blocker there by Grannon. Able to track the puck and punch it away.
Grannon's had, I'd say, quite a few saves this period, keeping Michigan off the scoreboard to extend their lead. Now here comes Jackson Hallam. Hallam lays it off for Edwards. Edwards cannot get a good shot, and it goes wide near side. Now Penn State on the 3-on-2 rush. Puck goes into the corner. Ethan Edwards controls it before Penn State intercepts it, and a shot. Blocker saved by Portillo. Puck finds its way to Nolan Moyle, the captain, and he's just going to send it down behind the Penn State goal. 3:18 left. Michigan up 2 goals on Penn State. You got to feel like on this next rush by Penn State, that's when they're going to pull the netminder.
Absolutely.
But they cannot get it out of the zone as Michigan is really playing really good defense or offense right now. The puck is
Grannon's looking to the bench.
Yeah, but he cannot go because Michigan is controlling the puck. Pass. Too much fire for Dylan Duke. Now he should probably go as here comes Lampa for Penn State. Shot.
He's out to the face-off circles.
Yeah, deflects off of Portillo before he covers it up. And a replay again, a little bit of extra after the whistle.
Edwards just tossed a man to the ice. That was dominance if I've ever seen it. He took Christian Sarlo, who's 6 foot tall, 188 pounds, grabbed him by the shoulders and said, "Sit down."
Do you think he works out with Luke Hughes? Edwards.
Yeah, you know what?
We're gonna have.
I feel like team worked out, so yes. But Edwards is 5'11", 190, so it took a man about his same size and just with ease twisted him around and ended the tussle there and at that moment.
So Penn State's gonna call a timeout as the faceoff is gonna be deep in the Michigan zone.
Michigan is 1 shot allowed away from allowing 50 shots against in regulation for just the second time in 5 games. A real rough stretch for Michigan defensively. They've allowed 40 shots against 4 times out of 5 games. A real rough stretch since the winter break.
This last chant by the children of Yost reminds me so much of football season, as we see an Eagles hat on the Jumbotron. Philadelphia Eagles.
Are they your pick for the NFC champions?
I don't know yet.
Or do you believe in Brock Purdy?
Mr. Irrelevant.
He could be the first Mr. Relevance to ever start a Super Bowl, not just at quarterback, in general.
Honestly, I could see all 4 of those teams potentially winning it all this year. That's how good the playoffs are this year. And these are arguably the 4 best teams.
I mean, there's no doubt about it.
I still believe if the Lions snuck into the playoffs, they would have made some noise. Now, face-off is won by Penn State. Shot off the blue line. Portillo with the blocker save into the corner. Penn State with the extra skater as Grannon is at the bench. Shot. Portillo just has to make a dive and save. Good save by them. One-timer by Penn State. Deflects off the backboards. Laid off into the middle. Portillo able to cover it up. No whistle. Puck skirts out. Michigan able to get it out of zone. Now here comes Adam Fantilli. Can he beat his defender? Yes, he can. Adam Fantilli scores for the Michigan Wolverines.
What a scary moment in front of the Michigan net. Immediately turned around into a scene of celebration. Portillo does this thing that I hate, where there's a shot in front of him and he lunges forward. He tries to cover the angle going up, which, in fairness, is good if you don't overcommit to it and end up sprawled out like a fish, which he did. He was lying down. Then there was another Michigan player lying down in front of him. Neither of them were able to get up until the puck was all the way gone because they didn't know if they were on top of the puck or if the puck was loose. Somehow it didn't go in, and Adam Fantilli took the loose puck. Didn't take a long, unnecessary shot. Just skated it in. He knew he was faster than the defender chasing him. Glides the puck into the net. Michigan up 5-2.
That has to be the ultimate troll with the song right after Michigan scores the goal. As Penn State finds themselves down by 3 goals, and now we are under 2 minutes left in regulation.
I think they also played the Penn State song after the 4th goal. The Michigan DJ here in Yost is not one for using the same goal song twice. This feels intentional.
We had a lot of pump it up last year, not so much this year.
Notice that the football games, too. Pump it up was a real last year thing, you know?
Ethan Edwards losing his stick, not able to get it out of zone. Now here comes Penn State. Shot saved by Portillo. 1:33 left. Man, these guys got a little bit of feisty to themselves. As Seamus Casey's throwing some punches down there.
McLean also had a pretty good right jab on him too. Popped Seamus Casey in the helmet pretty well. I mean, that's one of the reasons that fighting isn't allowed in NCAA hockey. You got players wearing full cages.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of the visors that are, 75% covering the helmet, 25% covering the forehead, like you have in the NHL. If you're going to get into a fight in the NCAA, you're punching metal just again and again. Unless your opponent takes their helmet off, in which case you're punching their head, which is never good for a college student. So that's why fighting is not allowed in the NCAA. Long shot going for the empty net.
Yeah, long shot by Keaton Pearson is going to go right of the net for an icing, and the puck's going to come right back down. Face-off is going to be to the left of Eric Portillo. Out on defense for the Wolverines, we have Luke Hughes, Marcus Stoppa, Nolan Moyle, Keaton Pearson, and Jackson Hallam.
Lampa's taking the face-off for the Nittany Lions. Played recently for the Waterloo Blackhawks of the USHL.
Stoppa and Lampa at the red dot. Face-off is won by Penn State. Now Luke Hughes comes away for the Wolverines. He sends it down, and a Michigan goal. Hughes.
That's his 4th of the season, and the accuracy to get it from all the way in the defensive zone into the empty net. That's a wonder. Fantastic goal. The Wolverines now 6-2 lead. 1 minute, 18 seconds left. This one is all but over.
So we can start talking about how this win for the Wolverines is huge.
100%. If you're going up against the team that's one position higher than you in the national rankings, you're going to want to win. And not just win, not just eke out a win like you did against Minnesota, where it's 5-4, you blew a lead, you had to win it in overtime. No, this is domination from the first puck drop. Sure, you let up 2 goals, but one was on a 5-minute power play, and one of them was a fluky goal. Fantastic showing by the Wolverines, and it really depends on how they play tomorrow, because Michigan is a hot and cold team. They're hot tonight. Are they going to be cold tomorrow? because they haven't won a Big Ten series. They haven't swept a Big Ten series all season long. And now with the win tonight, they have the chance to do it tomorrow. So the question is, if Michigan wins tomorrow, have they made a case to not just jump Penn State, but you're looking at the next couple teams in the standings, depending on how well you do against Penn State, how many goals you put up against them the next day.
You know what's a crazy stat? Michigan hasn't won a regular season Big Ten title.
I mean, the banners are right in front of us, and yeah, they have not. They won a tournament last year against the Golden Gophers that we got more pushing and shoving. Keenan Draper taking after his papa and grabbing a man and shaking him.
I found that the first time I heard that stat, I found it very hard to believe, but then you think about it, the Big Ten hockey league is fairly new.
Yeah, I feel like Michigan, I mean, they've been part of the CCHA for so long. They were CCHA champions a whole bunch.
They've won plenty of those, plenty of CCH titles. They've won a couple of Big Ten tournaments. Like last year, we saw them defeat Minnesota.
After almost blowing a 3-goal lead in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so the Big Ten started in 2013-2014 for hockey. Minnesota won the first 4. Then it was Notre Dame, OSU, Penn State, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. Michigan won the tournament in 2015-2016 and in 2021-2022. And technically they were co-champions because they were part of the Final Four in 2020 when the tournament got canceled halfway through. That, I believe the other year that Michigan won the tournament, that was the year that they lost to North Dakota 5-2 in the regional finals.
48.2 left. Michigan with a 4-goal lead, 6-2. Face off to the right of Portillo is won by Penn State. Shot deflects off and into the back of the net. Penn State able to get one.
They're not celebrating the goal. They're punching instead. McLean
was throwing punches at Edwards, and Edwards is like, come on, man, what's going on? Hey,
it's a tough Michigan's a tough team.
You had 2 players just get disqualified. You had Keenan Draper for the Wolverines. I didn't see who went off for Penn State, but you really don't want to get kicked out. I mean, especially if you're Michigan right now, you're about to win 6-2 against the number 16 team in the country.
That was Connor McEachern for misconduct.
And how is Ethan Edwards in the back of the net? Or in
the penalty box, in the little gremlin box?
He was in the back of the net for a minute when with that little scrum, but now he's in the penalty box.
Yeah, I mean, he was pushing and shoving. He really started the whole thing. Now he's in his little gremlin box talking. Little gremlin box. I don't know.
I've heard sin box this year.
The sin bin?
The sin bin.
Sin bin's a good one. The gremlin box.
The penalty box.
Penalty box, that's a classic. And now you're for 2 minutes and you feel shame and you go think about what you've done.
Well, just make sure to tune in to Michigan hockey on WCBN later on the season. We'll come up with another name for the penalty box.
Oh, 100%. We'll start workshopping them, huh? And tune in tomorrow. Michigan and Penn State, rather. They play hockey. Same time tomorrow. Same YouTube channel. So just tune on back in for the series conclusion between Michigan and Penn State.
And then on Sunday, tune in at noon when Michigan basketball makes their way to Happy Valley. I'll be joining them as Michigan gets a goal. Luca Fantilli puts one in the back of the net. 7-3 now.
There's no need to do that, but it sent the fans home happy, I guess. Luca Fantilli, his first goal as a Michigan Wolverine. His 3rd point of the season in 21 games. Bravo, Luca.
And Philip Lapointe makes sure to grab that puck from the referee, hands it off to the Michigan equipment team, and that one's going to be saved for Luca Fantilli.
I mean, imagine you wait for 2 years so you can be a freshman at the same time as your brother, right? You want to have all 4 years with your brother, and then your brother gets so good at hockey that he's going to be the 3rd overall draft pick and leave you within a year, right? Getting this one on the board, being able to celebrate with your brother, That means something for the Fantilli family.
As the final horn sounds, the Michigan Wolverines with a 7-3 victory over the Penn State Nittany Lions. A win they really needed at Yost, building off of the momentum that they created last weekend in Minneapolis. Josh, takeaways from tonight's game.
Well, it's great that the Wolverines have back-to-back wins. They haven't been able to do that in regular season play since, would you believe it, against Penn State and Notre Dame, October 5th and 11th. That was the last time Michigan played regular season games and won them both. And the offense was firing on all cylinders. Sure, the defense left something to be desired. It's Michigan ice hockey. When doesn't it? But being able to rely on Portillo to be just that brick wall in the back to make sure that when the defense makes mistakes, nothing happens. I mean, there were 3 goals against him this game, and they were 5-minute power play, a goal he didn't know the guy had the puck on, and this weird little scrum pushing and shoving goal that maybe, if we're looking at standards and precedent set early on in the second period, wouldn't have been a good goal, would have been goalie interference, but who's to say? It doesn't match the end of the game. Michigan wins 7-3. Goals scored by Jackson Halem, Amer Bektas, Xander Lampa for Penn State. Then Michigan got 2 more on the board with Rucker McGroarty, Philip Lapointe. Even strength goal by Xander Lampa again, and he couldn't finish off the hat trick as it was goals were scored by Amer Bektas, Luke Hughes, Alex Servagno, and Luca Fantilli. And if you'll notice something about the names I said, you only heard one name twice. There's not someone who is the crux of this Michigan offense. In terms of points, Seamus Casey had 2, Edwards had 1, Amer Fantilli had 4 with 2 goals and 2 assists, really making his Hobie Baker case stronger by the day. Luca Fantilli, Rucker McGroarty, I mean, these are all guys. Philip Lapointe, Gavin Brindley, Estapa had 1, Pearson had 1, Branowitz. I mean, you have more guys getting points tonight than don't.
Yeah, looking at some other shot comparisons, Michigan able to fire off 27 shots, Penn State 54 shots, 51 of those shots saved by Eric Portillo. I'd say he's one of my stars tonight, Eric Portillo. Busy in between the pipes. Michigan losing in the face-off battle. Penn State won 39 of those faceoffs. And then power play. Both teams were able to get a power play goal. Both teams went 1 for 4 tonight.
There was a real difference in the penalties, though. Penn State, 4 penalties, 16 minutes. Michigan, 5 penalties, 29 minutes.
Yeah. And with that, that concludes our broadcast tonight. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night when the Michigan Wolverines welcome back in the Penn State Nittany Lions for the second and final